Hi, I'm Leslie Meredith with Breakbulk Events and Media. I'm here at Breakbulk Europe in Bremen. We're on day one of the exhibition, and I have our keynote speaker in the studio with me, Nicolas Clerc, the chief economist from Caterpillar. Welcome.
Thank you. My pleasure to be with you today.
Great. Well, I know that you went, had a very broad presentation. So let's start with the global economy. Where were we and where are we now?
We came out of a very deep and severe recession in 2008-2009. To begin with, growth was good, but it was only 2010. If we look at the world growth, it was very weak and sluggish. And actually, 2016 was the weakest year in this recovery. We've seen things turning in 2016 with improvements on the monetary side, very supportive, also on the fiscal side from governments, so supporting the activity. So 2017 was really the pivotal year where we saw stronger growth, stronger business confidence, and that led to more investment around the world.
Okay, so is that going to maintain or grow? What do you see in the next year?
Today, we don't see imbalances building up in the world economy. So inflation is in check. There is no reason for that cycle to stop just on the basis of imbalances that we could have accumulated but have not. Now, shocks can happen at any time. So we don't know, and we keep watching all those indicators. Ongoing trade negotiations is something that we're watching and can influence the volume that is exchanged between regions. So something we watch closely.
Right. What do you think, which agreements would have the most impact on trade coming in and out of Europe?
I'm sorry, say again.
What kind of trade negotiations or agreements might impact European coming in and out of Europe, that trade?
We are watching the Brexit negotiation, their initial agreement that is in place, but many things that need still to be discussed and agreed. And so we respect the vote, and we want to work with and support our customers. And so we are striving to support them in the UK, in Europe, and we'll continue to watch that.
What about China and the U.S., that sort of flip-flopping trade situation, will that have a global impact?
Nothing has been decided, and so that's something, again, that we are monitoring closely.
So, bullish, bearish, if we look ahead a year or two, how are you feeling? How should everybody be feeling here at the conference?
Looking at forecast from the IMF or Focus Consensus forecast, it's calling for the world growth to continue and trade volume actually to grow at a faster pace than the world economy. Again, which was the norm before 2012, but between 2012 and 2016, that was not the case. World trades grew at a slower rate than the overall economy. So we're back into that growing world trade again.
And finally, the impact on Project Cargo, the big projects, downstream oil projects, gas, that kind of thing. Do you think some of those projects that have been on hold will come back online in the near term?
The IMF is looking at, the International Monetary Fund is looking at how much of the capacity is used in different economies. And they expect 2018 to be the year where the world is using most of the idle capacity. And so the logical next step is that expansion phase. So it took us a long time to get to that point of starting the expansion phase, but we are at that stage now. And so that will lead to stronger investment. Investment in infrastructure, in capacity to deliver the goods, to move people, for the world to continue to grow. And that will be the basis for more Project Cargo, we think, according, again, to what the IMF is expecting on that on that basis.
Okay, well, let's end on that optimistic note. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing your information with us.